Hello, my friends. Welcome. I would ask you to take a breath in and a nice sigh. Make the ah sound. Let the breathing come out back to normal and just touch base with that center point of your chest, the energetic heart. Just be aware of that spot. Eyes opening. I'm so happy to see you today. My name is Drake. This is Touching the Edge. And I'm enormously happy because of several reasons. One is I want to really express my gratitude to the great teacher Thich Nhat Hanh. You know, he has been a giant in our world ever since the mid-60s. And, a contemporary of Martin Luther King. And here he was still making a difference all the way until he died at 95. And what an enormous gift he gave us in terms of his teaching, but also just his presence. You know, they say that the Buddha or Jesus used to be able to go into a village and the village would just calm down. And I know that how that goes. And his presence, it was like that. So I just want to express my gratitude to him. Secondly, I want to come back to, some of the elements we talked about yesterday. Be aware of news. Don't get informed. I'm not saying don't understand what's going on, but don't get informed. To be informed is to become rigid. It is to come to a conclusion. And once you come to a conclusion, it's the nature of humanity that once we come to a deep conclusion, we will do anything we can to maintain that conclusion, even if it's lie, cheat, steal, because we're so convinced of the truth of it. On some level, we have the sense that what we feel is true is more important than what is true. In some sense, I can understand that. But I'm asking that we keep that openness, not to come to that conclusion, which is actually a form of death. Conclusion is an ending. And, we also talked about yesterday the importance of using music to shield yourself from all this negativity. And I just got so many great songs from people who express them. And I just want to go through these with you. And I will type it up and, put this list out, on my video tomorrow. But I just want to go through them with you. Luis Miguel. I'm not familiar with him, but I'm told that his music is really, really wonderful. And I think it's really a good idea to listen to music from around the world, not to get stuck in your own culture. One of my feelings is that we have to realize that we are a multicultural people, humanity, and the best thing we can do is learn from all of us. Johnny Mathis, that's a great one. I put this one up, I Believe in You by Don Williams. I love that song. It's a country song. It's not my typical genre, but it's so beautiful. And the tones of his voice are so rich. It's like listening to someone who's been drinking bourbon their whole life. We're told that with those deep male registers, that it accesses that same sort of vibration that the cello accesses. And so cello music is known to be very soothing for the nervous system. Another album is by Michael Hoppe, Hoppe, and the name of it is Afterglow, and that is cello music, and it's very soothing. I used to use it in guided meditations, so really, really great. You Are the Sunshine of My Life. Oh my goodness, so beautiful, so beautiful. Stevie Wonder, I think it's on Talking Book. It's also I love his album Inner Visions. By the way, the Beatles, so many great songs by the Beatles, both as individuals and as collectively. One person told me John Lennon, Hold On. They said that song had just been enormously supportive to them in some of the biggest times of their life. All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. What an incredible album that is, with so many beautiful songs that speak to the nature of the challenge of being human. And more and more and more. Morning is Broken. Just so many really great Beatles songs. It's interesting. Traditionally, my favorite, a lot of people have their favorite Beatle. Traditionally, my favorite Beatle was always John Lennon. I love John Lennon. But now, I have to say, George Harrison, his music is so beautiful, so heartfelt, and really seemed to be, of course, I didn't know these gentlemen, but it really seemed to be lived out more in his life, and it's just such beautiful stuff. Excuse me. Let's see, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Tons of songs by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Please check them out. Ravel's Bolero The hypnotic sort of building and repetition of the music is extremely soothing for me. India Re, so many great positive songs from India Re. The soundtrack from the movie Rent or play Rent, the musical Rent. Casey and the Sunshine Band. Remember him? I'm sorry, if you don't get a little happier when you're playing his music, you're probably not really listening to it. Another person strongly expressed Yanni, which is another, individual that I would never have occurred to me, and particularly, I'm told, his live music. U2, not you also, U2, the band U2, especially this person felt the song that dealt with Martin Luther King. Michael Franti, I totally forgot about him. Incredibly positive. And with all these people, we want to, remember, just as with the great teachers, we're taught to treat them as though they're our companions, our friends, and family members. Same thing with these great musicians. Really take them into your life and really find that commitment of the Sangha, the spiritual community. You can draw strength from these people. And by the way, you listening to an artist's work actually provides strength to them. So just a few more here. Cat Stevens, Father and Son, Moon Shadow, that's what it does, Moon Shadow. Okay, let's see now. Jeff Tweedy, Tweedy. Again, I'm not familiar with this gentleman. Love is Key. Another person talked about the music of Tina Turner. I probably wouldn't have thought of her as an inspiration, but clearly she is. Another person talked about Eric Clapton. Again, not someone for me that I find inspirational. I used to, but for some reason, I really don't anymore. But hey, if it works for you, it works for you. Each of us is not going to have the same inspirational music. Santana, Bonnie Raitt, Joe Cocker, Sarah Brightman, another artist I'm not familiar with. Eva Cassidy. Have you listened to Eva Cassidy? It's so beautiful. Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Sting song, Leaves of Gold, I think it's called, Leaves of Gold. Another person said Leonard Skinner. Again, not someone I would have thought of. And finally, Adrian Linker. So I'm asking you, hey, consider building a playlist, a positive playlist. It will lift you and shield your mind. And with many of these, especially, again, don't forget Bob Marley. Yesterday I mentioned my favorite 3 albums of his, Uprising, Babylon by Bus, and Survival. Now, I really love all of his albums, but those are my 3 favorites, his last 3. And, I just want to end on a line from his song. We ended it, I think, yesterday the same way. The line from Rasaman Vibration. He says, if you get down and you quarrel every day, you're saying prayers to the devil, I say. Why not help each other on the way, make it much easier? Let's do that together. Let's come together. I'm going to ring the bell. Please listen carefully. I am a big believer in doing practicing how you want to move through the world. And one of the best practices is the power of music. I bring my hands in prayer position and I bow to you. Namaste, my friend. Come together.